Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and I'm here checking out, I'm not even going to fucking try, the Firefly Diary. First thing I recommend you do, the second you get into this game, I didn't find this out until like, I don't know, about 30 minutes before I decided to make this video. Come to the options menu, tap these big arrows that look like they might be there to change the volumes. Because they're not actually meant to do that, they're meant to go to the control schemes. And guess what? Control Scheme C is the one you want, because it's actually a goddamn button-based scheme. The touchscreen control scheme in this game is bloody annoying. At best, it works some of the time, and at worst, it becomes unbelievably infuriating, as is half of what made me quit this goddamn game in the first place. So, Firefly Diary takes place in several different types of levels. I've got up to the boss in Stage 2, which I, for the life of me, can't fucking beat. We're going to try Stage 2-2, and then once we get to Stage 2-3, I'll probably call it off and just go straight to Stage 2-4. One thing I just want to point out, though, is the trace memories. We'll take care of this before we go into the main game. And the idea is that these are just basically special pickups that you get in-game. And they tell the girl's story, I think. I really couldn't tell you what this is about. I've found 3 of the damn things and I'm still not I still have no freaking idea. Right, so there's usually a very simple goal in these little things here. You just go to the one character that's in them, ask them what they want, and then you go and get them what they want, which is the most easiest thing in the world. I mean, seriously. Why do you even need to make this like gameplay? You could just literally just tell us in like a 1-minute cutscene and then have like a 10-minute little thing if you collect all the story things. I don't even know. But there's one defined in each level, and the game's got like 12 levels. So it's actually relatively short. I'm about, I don't know, 2 hours in, bit less. You get 4 hours, I guess, of content out of this. And then every level, of course, has those little things for you to go find, but then every level also has a specific trophy aligned to it that has a sort of side goal that you can go do. So there is some replayability. Alright, so here we are. This is Mion, the most adorable airhead you will ever control in a game, because you don't actually control her, you control this little Firefly up here. And this Firefly, Mion follows the Firefly around like an absolute dimwit. If there is a deadly crusher in the way, she will walk right into it. If there is anything in the way whatsoever, she will walk into it. Also, I'll just wait for this thing to come down again. So also, you have this mode here, which allows you to go and interact with specific objects. Unfortunately, unless you're really, really close to something that you can interact with, it might be really hard to see if you can actually interact with it, and that is a massive pain sometimes. But anyway, we've just moved along here. We can also tell Mion to sit down or whatever. So the idea is you move... The idea is just basically you just figure out how the bloody hell you're supposed to get past everything. Or at least that's how I found it to be in the 2 hours that I've been playing so far. Mainly because the game itself isn't really that difficult outside of some really annoying like reflex tests or challenges or whatever you want to call them. It's just... You just have to figure out what you need to do to get past the puzzle, and then you have to go and do that to get past the puzzle. There's no real intelligence involved in any real sense of the... Oh dear, I better not fall off that. There is no real intelligence involved in any sense of the word, honestly. It's just find out what you need to do and get it done. There's no puzzling, it's just a puzzle platformer experience where you don't really even control the main character that directly. So it's just find out what you need to do and get it done. There's also things like shadow enemies that you need to avoid, but they haven't actually shown up that often since they originally showed up in like the first chapter. I'm on Stage 2-4, which is the end of Chapter 2, which is halfway through the game, and I still haven't seen that many shadow enemies. The trophies imply that you're able to defeat the enemies at some point, but I'll be damned if I know how that works. Alright, so obviously they're trying to show us how this works. You use the 2 different modes, which is going through all the shadows to see, it is really just figure out what does what in the puzzles, and then do that in the puzzles quick enough so that the game doesn't endlessly annoy you with the time challenges and all that. We're just going to keep going. And there's really not that much else to it, at least in my first impressions of this game. I've just been doing nothing but figuring out how the puzzles work via finding what I can interact with, and then interacting with that stuff in the specific way that the game wants me to pass its reflex challenges. That's basically all it's been. Unfortunately, this control set can go suck a dick. On the touchscreen, it is unbelievably infuriating, because there are some sections which require you to move really precisely, and even worse, require you to move in a specific direction. Doing this on the non-button controls is absolutely goddamn impossible at some points, and it is really goddamn annoying. Oh yeah, the maze. I forgot about this. So the maze is actually quite the thing. And the worst thing is, the control scheme is actually assigned to the rear touch and front touch, so it's very easy to be imprecise and completely and utterly screw yourself over through no mistake of your own, except possibly sloppy fingers. And I am really not a fan of that kind of puzzler. It feels cheap when you design a puzzle to work around the inaccuracy of your control system. There is a maze section on 2-3, stage 2-3, which is the most infuriating thing I've played in a video game in months. Mainly because of how they decided to handle it. Because if you're on the touchscreen, I had to retry that 20 times because I had no idea there was a separate control scheme that could actually make that so much easier. It's also the reason I'm going to refuse to play that goddamn maze again. But yeah, I have done that maze before. I had to memorize what to do to actually get there in time. So now, here we are on another type of puzzle. You have to swap to the shadow form and make it so that these saw blades don't come down on our head. Except that's exactly what they're going to do. I might want to fix that up real quick. I am an idiot. I am an idiot. Nope. Died. Yeah, as you can see, Mion is completely brain dead. No mind of her own. No idea to get out of the way of something that might even be remotely dangerous. Also, I hate this puzzle because it requires you go at a specific time. Otherwise, you will get your head chopped off. Can I get up there without... No, it's not going to happen. So yeah, you have to go on this puzzle at a very specific time, otherwise you're just going to get screwed. Again, I get the idea that the game is meant to be like a puzzle platformer at this point. Well, a puzzler. I don't know if it's meant to be called a platformer. You do have to do jumps and shit like that, but I mean, it's not a platformer, really. Look at this game and tell me it's a platformer. You can't. It's just out of the realm of possibility, guys. I mean, come on. Anyway, I'm just trying to wait for that. Okay, now I just got to stop the discs from coming back down towards us for just a little while. And then I have to wait for this to come down to here so I can do it again. And I basically just have to do this a few times. This is basically a pretty good summary of what I've played so far in the Firefly Diary. Just figure out what you need to interact with, not to get killed off immediately. Interact with it. I hate this goddamn puzzle because it makes you do it over and over again. God damn it. Figure out what you need to interact with via searching, because I've had to do that several times. Then interact with it, and then the path to the end is very clear and often is hidden behind some sort of reflex test. Or timing test, or whatever the bloody hell you want to call it. It's some sort of test. And I'm not enjoying it. I'm sorry, I'm really not. It's not interesting in any way because they don't put the mechanics to any real use. The shadow monsters that I described before, which are literally just things that wander around and kill you if you walk into into their shadow, is... I'm not going to be able to get to that goddamn platform because you have to go through these goddamn shadows, and now I can't get to it, and I'm going to die again. Because there is literally nothing I can do about that. God, it's just hard to see the goddamn timing you're supposed to go on. Oh, that ain't good. Okay, I think we're in the clear. Oh, I activated that by accident. Oh, dear. Yeah, it is very easy to activate that. I think for the purpose of demonstration, I'm going to quit this now. You know how that works, and that's the end of that entire stage. So I'm going to go back to the... Oh yeah, by the way, you swap to the button controls, and you have 0 touch control on the menus. Why do you do that? That's weird. That's really weird. But I'm going to go and change the control scheme to A, because this is the default touchscreen. It doesn't tell... Alright, I'll give it... they have it in the manual, and I can understand why these would meant to be swap the option screen dialogue, but I mean, it's only in the manual. They don't show you that there's an option for a default, for an extra control scheme. It's just annoying. So I'm going to go to stage 2-4, which is the boss fight. This is where I got massively fucked up, because I honestly couldn't stand playing this boss fight for more than 20 minutes. So now I have to use the touchscreen and the rear touchpad to actually do shit, and I'm not looking forward to it. I don't even get what the story's supposed to be, honestly. I mean, you're supposed to get through the memory fragments, I think, but considering I haven't found them all, I don't have a fucking clue what's going on or why I should care. I just have to say that. And the graphical style is just nothing particularly inspired. It's just a series of relatively dull backgrounds. So, this is why I find this bot to be utterly fucking ridiculous. She pushes this box along like this, right? I have no idea how to get her to let go of it of her own free will. She will go down and then she will grab it and then she will either run away or she'll grab it again. I don't understand why. Her interactions with this box are completely fucking random. That dropping is completely fucking random. That killing me is completely fucking random. And I have no idea how to either detect it's coming or know how to get out of its way. That is the most annoying fucking thing in existence. God damn it. I hate it so much. This is a stupid fucking boss. But the idea is I have to push this thing close enough to it. Then I have to let go of it and run the fuck away. And I don't know how to get Mion to let go of this without making her pull backwards on it. Trying to tap this a few times. No, I can't figure it out. I honestly can't. Even on the button control scheme, I'm having massive trouble figuring out how to make her let go of the goddamn fucking box. Also, this control scheme is terrible because you would think on this sort of touchscreen control scheme, it would go relatively in the direction relative to where it is, and not absolutely on the touchscreen. No, it goes to the direction it fucking likes, which is the way it goes on the touchscreen. So, it is really goddamn hard to get a grip on where exactly you need to move this. Get out of the way, Mion! Let go of the fucking crate! How do you let go of the fucking crate? Stop. Stop in position. Tap. No. Just tap over here completely randomly. No. Why can I even use this? What's this? I don't even know. She won't let go of the fucking crate. I tried to get her to go up on top and I accidentally set off the rear touchpad thing again. And now she's back down on the other side somehow, even though the thing was on the other side, and she gets eaten. I don't even know. This whole mechanic just seems set up to piss me off. So, it was about an hour and a half of relatively uncomplex, find what needs to be activated to get to the end of the level platforming, followed immediately by some of the most frustrating shit you could possibly imagine. Before this stage was a maze. A maze that you have to go through with just this floaty thing. Now remember, this is the time where I didn't actually know where there was an extra control scheme. Because you can't actually change it in-game. Or at least, well, you can actually. I didn't realize that. Again, I didn't realize that at the time because I didn't know those goddamn arrows were supposed to swap the screen. It's so weird. You might think it's pretty obvious, but me, I had real trouble figuring that out. But this maze is really, really tiny ass corridors, and you have to go through them with the control scheme you have at the time, and it's just annoying as shit. There's this one trophy which tells you go through that maze in just over 2 minutes without dying once. It's goddamn infuriating. Why did you get up on top? No, get on the other side before you get roasted in fire. I've been playing this game for 15 minutes now. I think I've given you enough of a look at it. I don't fucking like it. Honestly, I really don't. I actually imported the Japanese version of this game. By imported, I mean I bought it on my Japanese account, and I never go around to doing a video on it. And Jesus Christ, I wish I did, because I would have known to give this one a pass immediately. This is mediocre to terrible in oddly sine wave-ishy ways. And I really couldn't care for it, and I wouldn't recommend you buy it. I don't remember when it comes out. I think it comes out on the 28th or something like that. This is like the 22nd or something when you're seeing this video. But yeah, this has been a look at, again, I'm not even going to try reading the thing up the top. I know there's been an official pronouncement thing somewhere, but no, I can't stand it. This has been a look at the Firefly Diary. I don't like it, not recommended at pretty much any price, really. Hell, Kick and Fennec just came out. Go buy that, that's better. This has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.